Hello everybody, once again this is AikawaKazu, and today I bring to you a video showing you that Sword Masters can get owned by mercenaries. Just kidding. Well, it's actually about me getting owned by a pro mercenary called HardcoreQQ, and this video basically I'll comment it about some of the bad habits I have and probably many Sword Masters have as well, and some things they might want to know while fighting mercenaries in PvP. So before I move on, I just want to explain that for this 1 versus 1 PvP in Colosseum, not ladder, there are actually some rules, soft rules that you want or you don't want to follow, and these rules are actually stuff like no ultimates, no using of some blacklisted skills like hacking stuns, parrying stuns, and similarly you'll realize that most hardcore PvPers will know about that, and this guy is pretty much a hardcore PvPer, so he knows. So he doesn't use buffs like Iron Skin, so it's like a trade-off, no parrying stance for me and hacking stance, but he doesn't use Iron Skin as well. So basically what I did is create a room called 1 versus 1 with Kazu, and this is one of the mercenaries I've met, and he's pretty much a very awesome mercenary. And just note that he has all PvP plates. What I mean by this is that he has stuff like sidekick, action speed 50%, to help him to within sidekick in his combo, and you can equip the plate, but whether you know how to weave in into your rotation is another thing. So this guy actually knows how to weave it into his rotation. So something weird just happened that teleported him into the spawning point, and yep. So right now I'll be talking more about the bad habits that I have. The first thing will be to backface myself against a mercenary. That is a no-no. You'll realize in many rounds later on that I actually get hit by a lot of skills when my back is facing the mercenary. So as much as possible, try not to backface yourself against behind the mercenary. And look, he's actually comboing me to death like a pro, man. Just look at him. And yup, that's the end of round 2, where I get owned by side kick, and sweeping kick. So I actually spoke to him later on. He said that getting action speed for sidekick is a must for pure blood PvPers. So if you're really into PvP, you might look into getting that plate, because it actually helps you within sidekick with sweeping kick. So besides that, so how to actually Sword Masters cope with mercenaries? The first thing will be to get your eclipse to hit, because mercenaries actually have a lot of skills that has a lot more super armor compared to Sword Masters. So if you don't use eclipse or mercenaries, it's very hard for you to disrupt their attacks and actually get to combo them at all. The other thing would be a bad habit that I will be talking about, which is the use of deep straight or actually front shove when fighting mercenaries. We tend to over-rely on it to get close to mercenaries, and truth be told, the only invisibility frame for front shove is actually the part where you move backwards. So instead of using front shove far away from the mercenary, you actually want to use it closer. So you realize that many of my front shoves actually brought me closer to the mercenary, but closer to my death. That means I'm actually bringing myself close to him so that he can use Storm and combo myself to death. And it's quite hard to find such a polite PvPer like HardcoreQQ, because he still said that I'm pretty good, but obviously he's being nice to me. So yeah, respect to him for that, because most PvPers will QQ if you do stupid stuff when you PvP with them. So yeah, bad habit number 1, which is to use front shove too far away from the mercenary. So remember to note that front shove's only invisibility frame is the part where you take a step back. So make sure you use that properly. Towards the end of this video, you'll realize there are instances where I use it right. So yep, make sure you take care of bad habit number 1. The second bad habit that I have as a Sword Master because of PvE is that after triple slash, you'll go into a heavy slash and impact punch straight away. And more often than not, when you use a heavy slash, your target is usually too far away from you for you to even use impact punch to hit them up into the air. So see, that's one impact punch that I did that actually hit nothing, which made me waste my impact punch. So that's one of the bad habits I have due to PvE, which I'm trying to correct. So that's bad habit number 2. And here I accidentally pressed parrying stance, which is actually a blacklisted skill, and that helped me steal a win But personally, I think that I did well in the 4th round to earn this victory. So I did apologize to him afterwards, and we clarified that since he didn't use Iron Skin, then parrying stance, being a Blackster skill, should not be used at all. So this is just Colosseum PvP. In ladder, you will probably need to use it because against elemental lords who uses Flame Road, parrying stance is probably your only defense against that. If not, you can just dash around and avoid that. But I always save my parrying stance for ultimates or Flame Roads, Paladins, ultimate, Divine Avatar. And if Mercenaries use Iron Skin in ladder, I'll use parrying stance as well. So ladder PvP and Colosseum PvP is really very different. For Colosseum PvP, everybody's gears are the same if you're playing compensation mode on. So it really comes down to comboing and skill. So that's why many PvP players actually prefer Colosseum PvP, because you actually get to enjoy more skill where people don't rely on stack HP prefix, or elemental lords using Ice Shield, because those pure blood PvPers who are elemental lords probably don't need Ice Shield to win in PvP. But that's because we know that everybody has the same gear. So I do not blame ladder elemental lords from using Ice Shield, because sometimes people have better gear, so to balance it off you have Ice Shield, so it makes it a little bit more fair in terms of the gear factor. So right now we're moving on to the last round, and yep, I'm still having my bad habit of using front shove to catch the opponent far away, but if you have realized, I'm actually getting more used to his playstyle, and I'm actually having more chance to damage him, and I think making it not so one-sided. Also, the other bad habit for me is using Rising Slash, like in the middle of nowhere. You should always weave in Rising Slash when your opponent is flat on the ground to help lift him up into the air. Usually that will happen after a triple slash, heavy slash, and impact punch. Then you lead on to Rising Slash. Actually right now I think he's probably very low, but as you can see I have 90% HP, and you think that this is actually pretty one-sided on my part. However, look what this pro Mercenary does at this juncture. I use my relief at the right moment, I think, and I thought it's over, but my bad habit of facing my back against the Mercenary occurs again, and he just comboed me into Kingdom Come. And if you haven't realized, he has been switching between using of axe and hammer, so he's basically good in PvPing with both weapons. That's pretty amazing. So that's all for you guys. This is HardcoreQQ once again, and my next video will feature me showing an acrobat kicking my ass 5-0, and I'll share my learning experiences against them as well. And I'll see you guys next time.